everybody, welcome. My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and I'm here with a new episode of First PlaYte, another game that I will review slightly, because First PlaYte is all about my first impressions of a game after I have played it once. So, don't take my word for the truth, because I only played this game once, so my opinion might change when I play it more. And so yeah, but I still think it's interesting to tell you about my first impression of games. So without further ado, let's meet the game of this date. And this time we are going to talk about Shards of Infinity, which is a game by Ultra Pro Entertainment, designed by, I have no clue, Gary Arendt and Justin Gary. This is a 2 to 4 player game, and the box says that it plays in about 30 minutes. So, I have played this game for the first time, but, well, don't let only words show you how this game works. Let's go to the table and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so Shards of Infinity, as you can see, is a card game. So it comes with a bunch of cards, and, well, that's about it. And these player character cards as well with dials. This is a deck building game, and well, this First PlaYte I will have to refer to Star Realms to do so, because, well, I already read that people compared it to the Star Realms, which is also a deck builder, and well, they are right in doing so. Anyways, this is what comes into a box. Now the box has this insert, very simple insert, that where you can put 4 piles of cards in. It works, it's good enough, as long as you don't sleeve the cards, because it will not work for sleeve cards. The parts might be big enough, but I don't think it will be high enough, so they will go over this border here if you will sleeve them. That's important to know. Besides that, the card quality is very decent, nothing bad to say about it. And the artwork is also, well, it is great artwork, but it gets lost with the text, and it's not that you are really looking at the artwork while playing, honestly, because it's all about the text and what it does. But still, it is cool artwork, so nothing bad to say about that either. So in the box you get, well, it's a 2 to 4 player game, so you get 4 starter decks, which all have the same cards, as you can see, so 4 times this, and then you have a big pile, a draw pile, that you are going to buy cards from into your deck, and other stuff. These things are pretty cool, of course, cardboard and the dial here. So this is your life total, your health, and this is your, oh my god, I forgot how, knowledge, I think. And this is also a way to win. I'm not sure if it's called knowledge. Let me check that for you. Let's check it both together. Mastery, not knowledge, mastery. And talking about the rulebook, this rulebook is well, a small book and very clear. It tells about the types of cards with a picture, a big picture, more picture than text, about how to play the game, and so on. A FAQ even, and a glossary with some terms that you can refer to. So a very decent rulebook in my opinion. Alright, so that's what's in the box. Now let's talk about how this game works. As I already told you, this game is a deck builder. So at the beginning of the game, each player will draw 5 cards into their hand, and these are the cards that they will be playing with at the beginning, but they will be able to get more into their deck. Now, you have some things that you can do. You can buy stuff here, which is with these crystals here that you can, well, buy with, and each card here in the middle, in the center, has its cost written on the top right of the card. So in this case we will have to pay 5 of those crystals to get this card into our deck. First it would go to the discard pile. If our deck ever runs out, then we shuffle our discard pile and we get a new draw pile, including all the cards we bought so far. Now, different cards have different prices, of course, but you can also, and this is a cool thing, you can also hire a mercenary. As you might notice, this card, for example, has this red border all around it, and it also says mercenary here. So we can hire this card to use once. So these cards, we can pay the cost of, in this case, 3 crystals. Let's see if I do have 3 crystals. Yeah, let's do this, for example. 1, and this says +2. And then we can activate this card immediately. So we get this card for 1 round. We get its benefits. We get its synergy with other cards. And after the round, it would go at the bottom of the deck. Each time we take a card from here, it gets replaced by a new one immediately as well. Now, the goal of the game is to get the other opponent to 0 life points, which is, well, looks like a lot, but it goes really fast, honestly. On first play, wow, I thought I would die in 10 minutes. Now it took longer to play. After a while, it levels a little bit, it balances out, so that was pretty cool. Now, also, very important in this game are the different types of cards. You have allies, which, well, you play them in your turn, and they do an effect, and then they go to your discard pile. You also have champions. Champions are a little bit like the locations in Star Realms. So if you play a champion, you get an effect, sometimes, or you can exhaust it to get another effect. Exhausting means, of course, putting it like this, and, well, it has its own life points. So other players in their turn can attack this card here, because this one will not go away at the end of your turn. Next turn, if they didn't kill it, you can activate it again, and next time again until it gets defeated. When it gets defeated, it goes to your discard pile, of course. Some cards, like this one here, has a shield here, and that's a pretty cool thing as well. Now, in Star Realms, some locations have shields that, well, you have to break through before you can attack another player live directly. This works at the same time. If you get attacked, if your life gets attacked, not your champions in this case, you can reveal a card or multiple cards from your hand with this shield symbol, and you subtract this total of shields from the damage you're getting. Pretty cool. So sometimes you get an attack of 15 and you manage to lower it by 11, and then your opponent thought he was going to kill you, but then you're still surviving and you can try to get him back. Now, one more thing. Well, there's probably more things to talk about, but one more very important thing is mastery. Now, mastery you can get by playing cards that give you mastery. Also, once each turn, you can pay 1 of those crystals to gain a mastery. So this will go up and up during game. Now, some cards will, and let me find one. Some cards, like this one here, has a mastery as a prerequisite. So if you play this, or if you exhaust it, you gain 3 crystals. But if you get 20 or more mastery, then you can also copy the effect of each Homodeus ally you play or have played this turn, which is of course very strong. This is an expensive card, but this is a powerful one, of course. But one more card might be more interesting, and that's the Infinity Shard. So you start the game with an Infinity Shard, which when you play does 2 damage. If you have 10 mastery, or between 10 and 19, you gain 3 power, which means you can do 3 damage instead. 20 is 5, and 30, as you can see, is infinity. So you can do an infinitive amount of damage, which means if you manage to play this card while your mastery is at 30, then you win the game. Now, the game that I played, I was near to dying, but I managed to get my mastery at 30 while I had my Infinity Shard in hand, and at the end I managed to win. So this is a cool way, changes up things as well. So that's a short overview of how this game works. Now let's go back to the other side and let's, well, see how this date actually went. Okay folks, that's what's going on with this game, Infinity Shard. A small deck builder, very like Star Realms. Yeah, you cannot get past it. It feels like Star Realms, but with more to it, honestly. Now, I've only played the base game of Star Realms, so I cannot say how different Star Realms is with its expansions. There are quite a bunch of small expansions of Star Realms, but this feels a little bit of the same. You have different types of allies, the green ones that give you life, the blue ones that make you, I think, draw cards a lot, and I think there's one more, yeah, the purple ones who does a lot of damage, some depending on how many copies you have in your discard pile, which is pretty cool. And then you have the champions, which are like the locations a little bit in Star Realms, so it's it feels very similar. But you have a lot of things going on here as well, some interesting things. Of course, there is the Infinity Shard, which is a cool thing. You can really go for that knowledge or that mastery, and it gave me a little bit of a King of Tokyo feeling, where you can get the experience and enough experience to win the game as well. Well, this is getting that experience and having this card in hands at the right moment, so you can win the game with only one card, which is pretty neat. It gives tension. I was really hoping I would survive long enough to get my mastery to 30, because Elise was kicking my butt. Now, I was playing a 2-player game, also very important to know, of course, so I was playing with Elise. I've already read somewhere online that this game plays best with 2 players. If you play with multiple players, it's just all for themselves, and I don't like games where you can attack one player, so that's a little bit, well, that might be something you have to deal with if you play with more than 2 players. Now, what else do I want to talk about? These player things here, these player cards, has some great things, of course, because as you might know, with Star Realms, you have cards that you take and put back with damage on it. Very fiddly, honestly. I understand it, because they want a small package only with cards. It works, but this, of course, is pretty cool. A big thing here with the dial. Now, the only thing I have to say is I just wish they would have made the numbers bigger. So, because it's a big thing, I think they could have made the number bigger. Because if your opponent has his cards lying on the other side of the table, it's just hard to see how many lives and how many mastery they have. So it's a good idea. Great. Now, this also, because you have this cool character that you play, there are 4 of them that you can choose from. But you would think they each have their own power, because they look so different colors, different style of creature on it, or of hero or whatever, but they just do the same. All of them, they just have the focus ability to pay 1 crystal to get 1 mastery, and that was a little bit sad. So it didn't, well, I think a little bit of asymmetrical things with these characters would make this game a little bit more interesting. Now, is this game interesting? I believe it is. It is fast playing, it adds a lot of tension, damage goes really fast. It's the cards that you can buy are not that expensive to get, so you can easily buy some cards. Now, some of them cost 3. I think the most expensive one that I saw is 7, the one I showed you in the overview. This one here, I think this might be the most expensive one, so pretty cheap. You can get there very fast. The mastery goes up pretty fast. Each round, each turn you can pay 1 crystal to get 1 mastery, so it goes up really fast, and then you get some cards that give you mastery, and well, you're at 30 before you realize it. So, what do I think of this game? I really liked it. I'm definitely going to meet this game again. trying to figure out if this really has a lifespan. I remember when I played Star Realms for the first time, I was really excited, really loved it, but after a while my interest dwindled a little bit. Played it on the iPad a little bit, which I liked quite a bit, but still, after a while, it felt a little bit of the same each time. I don't know if they're planning expansions anytime soon of this. Maybe they will do something with these characters in future expansions. I don't know. For now, it is a cool game. I will play this at least a couple of times more. And after that, I'm really curious how this lifespan of this game will be, or if there's more coming. So, that's my first impression, my first PlaYte of Shards of Infinity. Now, did you play this game already? Let me know what you think of this game. Didn't you play this game? Well, let me know what you think of this review. Are you interested in this one or not? Let me know. Anyway, however, thank you for watching this first PlaYte of Shards of Infinity. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, and I hope to see you all in the future. Bye bye.